Alright guys, let's talk. So chapter 11 came out and there was a lot of information that was thrown on us. Information and questions that I still have, of course, lingering in my head. But we had a lot of things come down in chapter 11, such as a potential love between Pony and Bunny. We also have Mr. Potato, who's a robot for some reason, or at least I think he's a robot. We have George, who came out of nowhere. And we have like secret things in the backgrounds too that we didn't even notice. So let's just quickly get into this information or try to predict something that I think will happen in chapter 12. Obviously, in the cutscenes, we had Pony, Sizzy, and us and I. We were all arriving to the outpost, which is where Mr. Potato is. We all, of course, had to do our basic things, just locate everything, and around the map, there was actually a bunch of secret little pages and stuff. There was the board with like the random letters that I guess was code for something, which I was able to figure out by some other people that I watched. And then there's also the secret notes that are always in the maps, but the notes for this map was pretty interesting because all of them seem to be related to Mr. P. We don't know if all the papers are from all the maps, or at least I don't know, are from Mr. P. If they are, then obviously he's been writing since he got to the house, or George's house. Most of the pages though on chapter 11 seem to be talking about his issues towards the infected people, I guess. He speaks about how basically you can't trust certain people and how he's been struggling with the issues of what I guess he caused. I mean, so far I still don't understand whether or not he's the bad guy or not. It seems like he's pretty much out of it since he, I guess, started this whole experiment. But a specific board that I want to talk about though is when you blow up the knock down the fence with the tank. Use that little building on that side. There was a board with or at least letters, which was in code, I guess, and with the information that I got from certain people, apparently he was attacked himself, and I don't know if he's infected. I mean, obviously he's not, but he says that apparently he was attacked and he's been just, I guess, thinking like they are, or like just, I guess he's struggling with just trying to figure out himself really. And with him being attacked by the infected, he's just there. And when you of course finish the chapter, the scene and everything gets pretty much crazy. We get George, who randomly comes out of nowhere. I personally felt like he wasn't going to be a traitor or something during that scene, but I guess he just got out of the whole, or at least staying with Sizzy's sisters. I honestly felt like George still has some potential in this series, because him coming back isn't just, hey, welcome back, George. He's gonna obviously do something that might shock us probably. But the most shocking part in this cutscene though is when we see Mr. P. Obviously we saw some, I guess, I don't know, Sizzy and Pony love interest, I don't know, maybe, possibly. Either way we stand, and we don't know exactly if they were talking about love, but Pony said something to Sizzy and Sizzy was like, I know, Pony, and then it just cuts there. So we don't know what's happening with those two. Could be love, could be something else. We also have to talk about when we entered, I guess, this lab thing. I'm gonna guess it's a lab, guys. I personally feel like chapter 12 is going to be a lab, if not something with sci-fi for sure. But overall, I personally feel like it's a lab where all the testing have been doing, like with the potions and everything. But right when we enter, we see Mr. P. And Mr. P he has like a bunch of technology implanted in him or something, but he does not look like Mr. P, or at least how I imagined him. I thought it was just gonna be the potato guy from, you know, Peppa Pig. But he looks completely different, and he's like talking to himself right when we enter, and he seems very disturbed about what he's done, I guess, to the point where when he sees us, he's like, you guys aren't real, or I guess we're dead in his view, and we're just people who are haunting him for his mistakes. And right there I feel like, whoa, what's happening? Is Mr. P the bad guy really? Is my question. Maybe. I honestly think he isn't the bad guy. Maybe, I mean, I feel like he was the one that started the whole potion mix up, because maybe he was trying to do something with, of course, his family, such as Mrs. P. So who are the real bad guys here? We don't know. I don't know. It could be one of the people that we're working with. It could be a traitor for all I know. And Mr. P is just, you know, the victim, or just basically the one that started all of this mess. But later on he just runs away again. He doesn't seem like he's okay. I honestly don't understand what's wrong or what's happening to Mr. P or why he's like assuming we're not real, because people are apparently haunting him. Now, to mention, Minitoon did say that there was going to be a returning character, and that character would be someone we wouldn't expect to be like now. And I haven't really seen a returning character. I don't want to say George is a returning character because he was in the last chapter. Mr. P hasn't been introduced until now, so I mean he was like obviously mentioned, but he hasn't really been shown as how you would imagine him to look. Bunny was actually around the place, and she was like in a location where we couldn't see her, but she was there, and she was, I guess she seemed really shadowy and stuff. You can't really see her. And people are assuming it's Bunny. I don't know if it's Bunny for reals, but it may be Bunny, and I guess that's the returning character we didn't really see. People are assuming that she's dead, and that's just a ghost just there, you know, lingering, that maybe Bunny is dead now. I think it's just some sort of shadow, I think, maybe of the villain we're going to be facing, like the real villain. Could it be Bunny up there, or could it be just a ghost of Bunny, or could it be someone else? I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it Bunny? So with that, pretty much chapter 11, it just has a bunch of like, I guess, foreshadowing stuff of who the bad guy might be. I don't know if it is Mr. P. It could be anyone at this point. I trust Bunny, I trust Sizzy, I trust Pony and George. I don't think it's going to be one of them, but possibly maybe still a returning character that we wouldn't expect to be the villain. Mr. Potato, though, he seems to be just very disturbed from what he's done. There's obviously the potions going around and people getting infected because of, I guess, what he created. George is still here to figure out who was the one that hurt his family. He said he wanted to see the people who hurt his family. So is it Mr. P who hurt his family? He didn't really say much about it when we introduced, or when we saw Mr. P. But yeah, with all of that, that's pretty much all the secrets for chapter 11. I don't know what you guys might think. There's a lot, obviously, in chapter 11. I still am confused about what happened to Mr. P. Is he okay? Is he the villain? Is George on our side? What did he do to the sisters? He said he convinced them to play hide and seek, but did he really? All these questions, all these theories are just all over the place. What is chapter 11 actually about, and what can we expect in chapter 12? But that's pretty much all I have for today. If you guys have theories of yourselves and want to tell me, I mean, I've seen a lot too. Apparently I've seen a theory that we are dead and we're just honestly either in a simulation or just dreaming something out of a horror film. Mr. P does say you guys are dead or something, like you guys aren't real, you're just people trying to mess with my head. Are we actually dead? Are we haunting him? Is this a FNAF situation where we are haunting the person who hurt us? Could it be? Possibly. I don't know. What do you guys think? I have like so many questions still, so many theories that I want to talk about, but overall that's pretty much my theory. Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree? I'll see you guys tomorrow. If again, leave your theories down in the comment section. I want to know what you guys think. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.